morning, everybody. It's another Saturday morning, and we're glad to be back here with you at the Love Wins Live Forum. My name is Rona Capili Bonifacio. I'm editor-in-chief of Inspirations.ph, and of course, with me is managing director of Themes and Motifs, Miss Sharon Fabian. Good morning, Miss Sharon. I hope you're well.
Yes, good morning, Rona, and good morning, everyone. Ang mga nakatune in ngayon. Given our present circumstances, I think I'm good, no? We're doing good. I hope you are well too, Rona.
Yes, I agree. Given where we are and what we have right now, I'm good.
Yeah.
How was your long weekend? Actually, long weekend rin pala ngayon, no? But how was your long weekend last week? How was your Holy Week?
Very di ba? Mamimili ka, ang dami kong destination. Pipili ka, bedroom, bathroom, kitchen. It was really, it was a quiet long weekend, and we were just at home because syempre ECQ, ECQ. But traditionally naman, when it's Holy Week, we really choose to stay in Manila lang, and we enjoy yung quiet of Manila. Pero yeah, twice in a row na to, magkasunod na taon, we're just at home because it's ECQ and making the most out of the time given to us. Although, yun nga, masyadong matagal na tayo stay at home. Yan. Kamusta kayo, Rona? How was your long weekend? And this weekend too, kamusta ka?
Actually, it was pretty good for us. Our kids were quite excited. Well, we tried to give a surprise to our kids because I have 3 kids. So, yung dalawa medyo a little older, 8 and almost 6 years old. So, sila kasi actually mas malala pa sila. Talagang isang taon na talagang nakakulong. Hindi pa talaga nakakalabas. So, we try to make the most that we can out of what we have. So I tried to give them a surprise every day last week. So some small lang yung mga sige, we'll watch your favorite TV show today, and then the next day order tayo ng food. And then syempre nung Sunday nagpa-Easter egg hunt ako. Kahit nasa sala lang, saka sa kusina, saka sa banyo. Ganun din yung Easter egg hunt namin. But buti na lang, they're still small. So parang challenge pa din naman sa kanila to find all of the Easter eggs in our
I think right now, kasi you have to, given our circumstances, you have to make life enjoyable. So like us, like every Sunday, especially like last Sunday, we really have a special lunch. Nothing fancy, but parang kung ordinarily is nare-reheat ka ng food. Ito siya, freshly cooked meal yan for lunch and dinner. You try to make it special. And I think medyo related yan sa pag-uusapan natin today na how do you cope? Or, di ba, hindi lang cope, but sometimes how do you make sense of what's happening? What do you do to feel better? I mean, to stay hopeful and to stay positive hanggang pasko sa COVID. So those are the things, like for you and your kids, di ba, meron kang little surprises for them. Nagpa-Easter egg hunt ka kahit na inside your condo. Di ba? So, and in our case, because we're all grown-ups in the house, so it's the special lunch menu that we'll have, or the special dinner na we'll eat out output sa aming smalanay.
Yes.
Complete
para maiba ang scenery.
Yes, oo. Tapos I bring out na ito medyo mga fancy, not naman super fancy, but medyo magagandang dinnerware, di ba?
Yes, oo.
Iba yung mo.
Para lang maiba.
Yes, oo. So, yeah. So that's what we'll talk about this morning, because we invited 2 wedding suppliers. And as we all know, Rona, I'll borrow the words of our guest the last time before we introduce Robert Lacour. He said na once in the wedding industry, events industry, masaya talaga yung work natin. But he said, during a pandemic or something like this, when something like this happens, we're the first to go and the last to come back. So So that's very true right now that we're back with
Mhm.
ECQ. NCR, that's the four Laguna, Rizal, Cavite, and Bulacan.
Bulacan.
Oo, so parang first to go na naman tayo. And first to go and probably last to come back while we're waiting to for this ECQ to be lifted, for the situation to get better. So we invited two wedding suppliers because they did not just cope. They actually thrived and bloomed during the pandemic season. And we'd like to, ano to ha, for those who are watching, it's not, kasi baka ano, ang feeling na, oh, I have to do something. It's
Right.
really to be inspired. I mean, if you just want to stay put, don't do anything and just wait it out. That's also fine because that's your way of handling these things, diba? But ito, we'd like to share the experience of these two wedding suppliers for those who are thinking, ano bang pwede kong gawin? And we hope that this will inspire our viewers too.
Yeah. So, of course, without further ado, let us welcome to the Love Wins Live Forum, Loi Villarama and Jefferson Si. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
So, we were meant, I know you heard our entire spiel before we called you in. And, just us seeing you online. I'm friends with, I've known Jeff for a while now, for a couple of years. And, just seeing him and what he's been posting online and sharing. It was inspiring. I'll give a little backstory. But when the ECQ started, I saw that Jeff was, actually sharing his thoughts online about what's going on and things like that. And I saw that he was sharing and that he was, he felt what was going on. But he also tried to kind of turn it around. Tama ba, Jeff? Is that what, yeah.
Yeah.
So he, go ahead.
Yeah, because when the pandemic started, naman, syempre we came from the events industry. It's all about celebrations and all that. Tapos biglang all of a sudden, it was cut off, diba? Parang we were restricted to stay at home and all that. So, of course, we went through the depression, the anxiety phase. But of course, we always have to look at the bright side of it. And during that time, I think it was around April, parang I found joy in cooking because we have more time at home. Whereas before, parang 24/7, we've been working. Celebrations do not stop. So that's when we came up with a food drive to help the frontliners. So that was our first project during the pandemic.
Yes. Grabe, when I saw that, sobrang nakaka-inspire because, and we wrote about it also in Inspirations because Jeff would personally cook and pack and bring the food to the frontliners last year. Alam mo, parang everybody was, at that time, no, everybody parang, we didn't know what hit us, diba? Tama ba? Aminin
Yeah.
natin. We were like, whoa, nawindang tayo ng slide, diba? Parang, anyari, diba? But when I saw Jeff, sharing what he was doing, talagang, sabi ko, okay to nakakabilib to just kind of lead in that way na parang, there's other things we can do, we can help out. Yes, we've been hit, but we can help out. And that's why we invited you this morning. Now, 1 year later, diba, it's been up and down.
Yeah.
I know Jeff isn't doing a food drive right now, but you have remained, as has cooking been stayed as one of your sources of parang sanity.
Yeah. Now na EQ ulit. So, anyway, we didn't stop naman cooking. Because after the food drive, tama yung sabi mo na Lorena, before I have to do everything because during ECQ, we have to remember that there's not much of delivery service providers. So, only the two of us, my partner and I, we have to cook we started with 50 packs and then it grew to 100 per day, 150. There were days that we were cooking 200 packs for 200 food packs for 2 hospitals, 3 hospitals. And since we didn't have a stay-in driver, The only choice is I prep in the morning and I deliver during lunch. So
Right.
that's how we rolled. And then eventually, when friends saw that one, they were also requesting for our home cooked meals as additional menu in their daily lives. That's how we started naman Charlie's Favorites. Actually, not started, but we brought back Charlie's Favorites because back in 2015, we were doing some home goods already. So, but then it was cut off because we got busy with the main business, Jefferson Si, and then for the pandemic, we brought it back again.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Ako naman, ayun. Ako naman was, ang backstory ko naman si Loy. Kasi I know Loy
Yeah.
personally. Yan. Sabay kami nagdalaga sa wedding industry. Di ba, Loy? Yan. So, yeah, nakamute ka, Loy, yan. So, sabay kami nagdalaga. So, I've known Loy from way back.
Yes.
And when the ECQ started, uh, we had a small chat before, no? Parang, well, si Loy is an events organizer, professional host, and celebrity styling. So, lahat ng yon kahit ang
Yeah.
aming slash sa kanyang career, di ba? Parang slashy ang kanyang title. Kaya lahat yung directly hit by the pandemic. So, talagang completely
Ang
sarado ang tindahan. Oo. So, and we were talking, and I know that to keep himself busy, tama, Loy, no? You look for online jobs. And
yes.
parang kaya mga virtual assistant, ganyan. So, that kept him parang busy for a while. Tapos biglang tumigil. And then, I saw, so you've already started the YouTube channel. Ano lang yun eh,
Yes.
hindi niya masyadong fino-focus. Aba, etong buong pandemic journey nito, nagulat na lang ako. Eh, road to 100,000 subscriber na siya. Yun. So, and hindi na siya nag-online job. And I think nanganak yun, Lloyd. Ikaw na nga magkwento. Ano ang nangyari dito sa pandemic journey mo? Ayan. Ay, nag-freeze ata si Lloyd.
So she,
Ayan,
ayan. Okay, go Loy.
si Mama Lloyd. Diba? Kung hindi, yung kanyang almost 100,000 na siya. Ang kanyang YouTube channel is Mama Lloyd.
Mama Loy. What does she publish in her YouTube? What kind of content?
Kung ano-ano. Oo.
Yes.
Ano ha? Shopee ka nga eh.
Ay, sorry.
Ayan.
Hindi ko
Ano daw ang
yung last
content mo?
question.
Ano daw ang contents mo sa YouTube mo? Kasi sabi ko, kwento mo, why you suddenly focus on your YouTube channel, tapos ano yung contents, di ba? Ano ka naging umabot ng road to 100,000?
Okay. So,
Yeah.
tag dito. I started my YouTube channel talagang siguro October
Naku, nag-Shopee si Lloyd. Sabi niya, Shopee. Ayan.
Yes.
Oh, sige, ako muna magka-adlib habang wala siya. Yung
Okay.
content
Yung una
natin,
ko,
yan.
yung una ko yeah.
Nag-Shopee, Lloyd. Ayan. Sige, balikan natin si Lloyd in a while. Sige, si Jefferson muna. So, Jefferson, ang question ko is, so this is a regular business now, yung food business mo ngayon.
Yes,
And,
yes.
and you didn't stop anymore during the pandemic.
No, because even pre-pandemic, we were already looking for like to diversify our portfolio. We were already looking at having a food business, like food cart franchising, or joining some friends in building restaurants, ganyan. But then, syempre, since we were so busy with the main business, because I have my own business, my partner also has his own, so parang we weren't able to find the rhythm and the opportunity to actually focus on it. So maybe when we speak of the silver lining during the ECQ and having the longest lockdown in the world, that Charlie's favorite could be our silver lining because we were able to focus on a separate business which is very far from what we do in our everyday um, lives, and something that we also find comfort in during pandemic because we were able to cook and to find the joy in feeding um, people we love.
This is actually, I'm sharing Jeff's, of course, his Instagram page for their main business. Okay.
Yeah.
So in case you're not as familiar, not sure why you're not as familiar. But of course, Jefferson Si is a custom shoe brand that's proudly Filipino. And I actually remember when Jeff was starting with designing shoes, and now, ayan, you'll see that, some of the latest celebrity weddings that have yung nabulaga tayo, ang daming kinakasal pala ngayong panahon. Ang daming pa-reveal, di ba? I really think that's the new trend.
Yeah.
Jeff's been able to be a part of that. Ayan. And this is what he was mentioning na he was the time he wanted to diversify from apart from this business is trying to add to a food business. But ikaw ba, did you feel yung all the emotions?
Yeah, of course, we all went through that. Mine kasi, di ba there are different ways of like coping and facing the effects of pandemic.
Yes.
I have some friends who were very chill lang during the first few months, and then they got anxious when it came June, July. Mine was different. Mine was baliktad.
Okay.
Mine came around April when I realized that, shucks, this is not just gonna be a month of ECQ. This will be it is like a long journey of like how to get back and how celebrations will come back. That's when I got depressed and when I got really anxious. No, that's how that's why we came up with the food drive with Charlie's favorites, just to keep us busy. And because when you're tired and when you're busy, that's when you tend to like forget and let go of some of the thoughts, the bad thoughts, the worries.
Because if you're not, di ba, parang you just kind of sit there, tapos iisipin mo lang talaga lahat ng, naku, paano na next month? Naku, paano na yung plano ko next year? Naku, paano na yung the years after that? So your way of, the initial way that you parang fought back was to keep your hands busy since hindi siya busy with shoes at that time. Because I know parang even your staff, diba? Siyempre, of course, as a business person, you also have to think of your staff. And I think I remember reading that you were really trying your best to help them out.
Yeah.
Right?
So parang what we did, actually syempre parang I don't wanna lay off any of my staff because parang in my thinking was parang during the good times they were always there for me. They were parang the reason why I grew is because I had them by my side. So parang I don't want to be unfair na parang just because of this challenge I would have to give them up. That's why we have to also come up with different sources of income so that we can support them as well in kahit na yung everyday expenses of how they could get by. And of course other bills are still coming in. So parang we and I think one thing that I had to do was to accept that maybe for 2020, 2021, and maybe hopefully not 2022, everything that we'll be making will just be enough to even out what we are spending in the business and also for the staff.
Parang that's what they said then, diba, last year, that it's the year to get by and survive, diba?
Yes.
Kumbaga, it's hard to hear, right? Especially I think if you're, if you're a wedding, if you're part of the wedding industry, yun nga, we're so used to week in and week out. It's all ooh, diba? And and so nung natenga tayo parang what?
Yeah.
But I think what Jeff said is really important. It's really looking at the facts and accepting it. And because the fact that it's there doesn't mean na parang you're giving in to something that's negative or it's bad. Facts are neutral, diba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you accepted it. And then from there, that's how you're able to look to parang move. Hindi ko nga masasabi move forward, but move again. Or at least,
Just move.
By the way,
Actually, just move.
just move, diba? Ayan, Loi is
Yeah.
back with us.
Ayan na si Loi. Ayan, Loi, sige. Kwento mo yon yung journey mo naman ng, because si Jeff, no, yun, he had to keep himself busy kasi maaga nag-hit sa kanya yung realization nitong pandemic na to. And, yung possible damage that it could do, di ba? Di ba, Jeff? No? I guess as a business owner, no, uh, nakita mo na down the line na it's not just going to be a month or 2 months. So I have to do something to make sure that the company survives or there is a company that we can all go back to when this is all over. Now, si Loi kasi, is different. Now, Loi, you're a freelancer from the very start. Ayan. So, kwento mo na, yun nga, you were telling me na to survive, tumanggap ka ng mga freelance online jobs, di ba? Mga virtual assistant. And then, nagulat na lang nga ako, tapos parang biglang nag-move na tong YouTube channel mo. Ayan. Ito na sa amin.
Ayan, so mahaba-habang kwentuhan to. So before the pandemic, so Ma'am Sharon, aside from doing events, I was doing movies. So I was styling for movies. So up until the last day nung before declare yung ECQ, nagsushooting kami. So nung biglang tigil yung shooting, tapos tigil din lahat ng events. So tenga sa bahay. So it was during that time that I restarted doing my vlogs kasi there's nothing to do. You can't go out. Especially during that time, I remember for those 3 months, I just went out to do groceries. As in talagang once a month. At yung paglalabas ako, pang isang buwanan. So it was during that time that I started to build again yung aking YouTube channel. But at the same time, while I was doing that, I discovered this world of virtual assistants. So yung virtual job. So during the pandemic, I started taking online classes, different lahat, iba-iba, lahat ng mga pwedeng skills. BA, I also studied pa rin yung doing designs, yung Photoshop, kung anything valuable, any skills, new skill or old skill na I had to relearn, just to be eligible for the job. So luckily, during the pandemic, I was able to land one job. It was a research job. So sabi ko gano'n, hindi na masama. Kasi syempre, di ba nung pandemic tayo, special pag ECQ, wala kang isipin kundi food lang eh. Wala namang bills, wala namang, di ba, walang bills, walang loans, di ba? Walang salaries, di ba? Pero I think that's
Yun din wala.
lahat, di ba? Talagang food lang. Walang mga hindi nangungulit si Aling Judith, di ba? Wala kang mga
Yes,
Judith.
Correct.
Nakapahinga si Judith noon.
Wala kang mga iniintindi mga Judith. But at the same time, you also, gaya ni Jefferson, you also think about your people, di ba? How to help them, di ba? So, yun, pinagsabay ko, building my website, I would rather my YouTube, at saka yung doing online job. So, I was able to land a job. It was, okay naman siya. Change ako kay Ma'am Sharon parang $8 per hour. Tapos kung makaka-40 ka to 50, so hindi na masama. Makaka $320 to $400 a week, di ba? It can get you by, di ba? Tapos makakatulong ka na rin ng konti sa iba. So, dahil walang ma-content, hindi makalabas, what I did was, every travel ko sa market, every travel ko sa grocery, binablog ko, sinishare ko yung experience
Gusto ko
na,
yun. 2 birds with 1 stone.
uh,
Mag-grocery ako, pero content na din po ito ng YouTube ko.
totoo. Tapos, this during that time din na, syempre, di ba, ikaw personally, you want to be inspired, di ba? You don't want to lose hope. So, yun yung naging isa pang content ko every day. I'll pick up a quotation, tapos I'll give my insight about it. Pero it started really slow kasi sometimes most YouTubers or most who want to try and try YouTube, na-frustrate sila na parang 1 month na parang 300 pa lang yung viewers, yung subscribers ko, or
Subscribers.
so it's really not on the subscribers it's really on the views kung paano ka nag-earn sa YouTube. So you may have like 1,000 subscribers pero yung views mo nasa mga 40,000, 50,000, which is very possible, di ba? So I think what really parang skyrocketed my subscribers and yung views ko was nung naka-hit ako ng I did an interview with Donekla. I don't know if you're familiar with them, with Donita and Tekla.
Okay.
Tapos okay, so I did an interview with them. It was a game. So for a while, naka-shelve lang siya. Hindi ko pa siya in-edit yan on my
Yun
page.
pala, ayan.
For a while, naka-shelve lang siya, hindi ko pa siya na-edit. And then biglang nagkaroon ng news about Tekla, the comedian. So yun, I took the opportunity. Uy, parang timing na kailangan malabas ko na to. So when I uploaded it, so yan nga po, luckily nag 1 million views siya. So yung
Wow.
subscribers ko from like I think mga 20,000 parang naging 50,000. Tapos yun na, nagtuloy-tuloy na you think of different content. Sometimes I do content with my family, with my mom and my dad. Sometimes and actually anything and everything that you do
That's
that you
possible.
that your subscribers would be interested in. Actually, that's our challenge for us YouTubers, no? Kasi we have this team with Nay Oji Diaz. We call it Team Waechos. Parang we're a pool of YouTubers na we collab. We collaborate. So
Mhm.
I think one of the key to gain subscribers, to have more views, is to do collabs. And I think if you would notice in YouTube, most celebrities, yun din yung nagiging gateway nila to have more subscribers and more views. When Bea Alonso started, she started with collaborations. Kasi
Yes.
talagang every post niya with ganito, with ganyan. So now that she has her subscriber base, her regular viewers, tapos na-recommend na siya lagi ni YouTube. So she does content na on her own, no?
I have
She
a question.
yes,
Kasi you mentioned that nung time that you were doing your content, you particularly did something inspiring. Tama ba? Si Inspiration
yes,
Today.
inspiration today. Yeah. Na-miss ko na nga yung
Inspiration.ph. I have to ask kasi magkapangalan tayo. But how do you find inspiration? Kasi 'di ba, yun nga, it's not the easiest thing to find at this time.
Yes.
Kasi
Yeah.
as somebody who's trying to inspire other people, ang unang-unang kailangan ma-uplift at ma-inspire is the person who is
Yes.
paying. Diba? Tayong lahat, diba? I think we all know, all 4 of us here know that it would be great if the message that we share, online is positive and
Yeah.
uplifting. But, as we know, in the internet world, you can't fake that. Diba? Parang,
Yes.
well, no, kung lang, kung etchos, as Mama Loi said, kasi etchos,
Waechos.
Mama Loi, kung etchos lang yung inspiration mo, di ba? So
True.
how for both of you actually, I would really have to ask you, how did you stay hopeful and positive? And does that mean yun nga, do you lang ba, shove down mo lang ba yung nega vibes? Ganun ba yon? Yung parang, no nega today, ganun ba? Or how do you do it? Who wants to go first? Jeff, you wanna go first?
Okay.
Paano ba? Depende sa gising. Depende sa gising. There are days that, you just wake up and you feel very hopeful, like, you see the sunshine in our situation. But as I always say, feel the pain. I always have that, mentality that, when you feel sad, you feel it, don't deny it, because the more you deny it, parang the longer it will last. So parang for me, when you feel down, savor it, and then in due time, it will also pass. And also, it's very important to find good friends, good company. Like namin sinasabi, the wedding industry is a very resilient industry. Tama yung sinasabi natin before kanina na, celebrations will always come back, but we have to get by so that when the industry comes back, when the clients come back, we are still here to accept it. Because it's very difficult. Like, it's very difficult if I know some suppliers who really had a bad time coping. Na parang they had to, sell off some of the equipments. Parang yun yung parang mahirap because it will be difficult, when the industry is back, of how we will get back to the industry, to business. So it's very important to find good friends, and I'm very thankful that I have good friends in the industry. Now, when I'm down, they would comfort me, they would encourage me, and then we would do the same when the other one naman is feeling down. So we draw inspiration, of course, from prayers and also from our colleagues, from our friends, um, and appreciating what we have. So that's one thing that's the most important lesson that I learned during pandemic is that it's an parang pandemic brought us into an equal playing field. Parang we all face one. It's not just one supplier having a bad business. It's the entire industry. So yeah.
So it was parang it was so in short, hindi siya laging up, 'di ba? Hindi siya
No.
laging good days, 'di ba?
Siya
Kasi
go.
you look online, for example, like for Mama Loy, na you're
Yeah.
able to post inspiration, content every day. It doesn't actually mean that every single moment, okay ako. Tama ba?
Yes.
Ikaw,
Kasi
kasi
you can
inspiration mo.
I think the key for me it's really to have a grateful heart. You just really have to be grateful eh. Kasi when you're a grateful person, you have a grateful heart. No matter what happens around you, di ba? You just have to thank Papa God na, oh, at least I'm here, completing family, at least we're eating, di ba? So, yung may mga that alone is a seed of inspiration eh. That alone, 'di ba? That alone can inspire other people na look at the brighter side, 'di ba? Although it's really hard most of the time, especially now, 'di ba? It's really 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 very hard. But you just have to practice it eh. You just really have to be grateful eh. Just have to find things to be grateful for. And it will flourish from there, 'di ba? Kahit na yung simpleng, "Ay, thank you Lord, nakakapagdilig pa ako ng halaman." 'Di ba?
Yes.
Ang mami ko, 'di ba? Ang mami ko wala siyang ginagawa, lalo yung mga singers, 'di ba, talagang hindi nakakalabas. Pero she's very grateful kasi she has all the time in the world to tend to her garden, 'di ba? To watch YouTube, to watch Netflix, 'di ba? Yung simple things like that, hindi niya na iniisip na hindi ako nakakalabas, hindi na ako nakapunta ng mall. Pero
Correct.
lagi siya tas alam mo, it's funny, pero ay, kung lalo nung pandemic, every night we always watch Christmas movies. So, alam mo yun, para light yung namin when we go to sleep.
Okay.
Di ba?
Yun yung pampa-good vibes. Tama ba?
Yun yung mga pampa-good vibes. Kasi little things like that. And then you find inspiration in that also eh. Ang hirap matulog na isipin mo lahat yung mga problema. So, when we feel down, ako especially when I feel down, I try to watch a movie or find something funny on YouTube, you know. So you sleep with you sleep na good vibes.
Right. Ang ganda nun. Ang ganda ng tip na yun. Bawal matulog ng nega.
Yes.
Oo. Kasi ano yun, alam mo, early part of the pandemic, I have to agree with you, Loi. Early part of the pandemic, nung mga March, April last year, sabi ano tayo, no, yung parang up-to-date ka sa news. And ako kasi I make it a point to be, since bata ako, up-to-date ako sa mga current events. So, talagang end of day ko would be to look at the mga news articles. Tapos, ng April, na feeling ko, ang bigat-bigat ng pakiramdam ko every day. And, my daughter pointed it out. Parang sabi, paano ba naman mami? Kasi, di ba, pag makakatulog, parang, di ba, ang nasa ano mo is yung number of cases, di ba, ilan ang may sakit, ilan ang namatay, ilan ang ganyan. So, nag-switch ako. So, syempre on YouTube, ang daming content. So, there are channels na meron yung parang mga music na to relax you at the end of the day.
True,
So,
true.
At the end of the day, to unwind. Kasi ang task nga ng, I mean, you're so busy siguro during the day na dealing with a lot of things. Maybe your emotions. So, if it's a good day, you're busy sa good things. I mean, doing chores and stuff like that. Kung hindi naman masyadong magandang araw mo, medyo ano yung day mo, dealing with your feelings, di ba? Yung trying to get through the day. So, dapat, bago ka matulog, kailangan mo talagang mag-unwind. So, that's, yun nga, picking up from what you said, that's one habit na I try to kick out na huwag na lang manood ng medyo heavy before you go to sleep or trying to switch up na yung personality kong gusto ko, alam ko yung news at the end of the day kasi it's not helping, no? Ako, I mean, as a person, hindi siya nakakatulong sa akin. So, pero maganda yan. Christmas movies pala dapat.
Yes, oo. Tapos naging bonding time din namin yun. Especially ni Mami kasi si Daddy hindi yun sa movie eh. Si Daddy sa TV yun hanggang matulog siya, ganun din news. Pero kami ni Mami tsaka ni Martha, pag before matulog, ayan na, isipin namin, okay, may popcorn na kami, o kaya may chips kami, tapos may drinks, tapos nunod kami ng Christmas movie. Pag maaga pa, makakadalawa pa kami niyan. So, it's one way of flushing, di ba? All the negative vibes. Kasi, syempre, di ba, there's no best time naman in the world other than Christmas. Kaya, kahit na gloomy sa labas, ay, parang winter wonderland naman bago ka matulog dahil ang saya ng vibes.
Gusto ko yan.
I like that. Ako, I agree with you guys, especially ang ganda nung sinabi ni Mama Loi na to always have a grateful heart. I think it's parang I guess what I'm getting from you guys is also yung being aware of yourself. Diba? That's one step. Yung if you already know that okay, parang hindi ako happy today, and I mean by happy, yung parang you really, the thoughts, the anxiety comes in and kicks in, diba? Kasi raise your hand, I think all of us, diba?
Yeah.
May talagang mga moments of spiraling na parang, oh my gosh, right? So, but what do you do, right? So, ang ganda na you're very aware of your thoughts, you're very aware of your moods, and hindi kayo nag-give in dun sa nararamdaman nyo lagi. I mean, it's very good to, I agree with Jeff. You need to accept, you need to feel, if there are moments that you're down, let it play out. But then you don't stay there, di ba? You don't linger na parang dito na lang ako forever, kawawa naman ako, ano natin, di ba? Yung sakto lang na let it happen and let it play out. And then after that, after mong ma-release, and then you can, diba, find a way to, whether it's be productive. Actually, there's no pressure to be productive, but maybe it's just accepting after the sadness, and then checking, okay, but what is the reality? I'm still healthy, maybe, or
Yeah.
my family is with me, I'm loved, right?
Yes.
I have food later. Let's not talk
Yeah.
about tomorrow, but later I have food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or minsan, di ba, may bonus. Pwede tayo pa-order today. Ganyan, di
Yes.
ba? Or my family is okay, kahit I don't see them, at least I can video call them. So it's great
Yeah.
to be able to count these things. Do you, Mama Loy, naglilista ka ba ng grateful things mo? Or, paano mo ginagawa yung being grateful mo? May ba talaga? May logbook? Wow! Ledger?
Wala naman akong logbook, pero yun nga siguro sabi mo nga yung self-awareness. I think that's one. Kasi ever since I know na syempre sobrang busy sa wedding industry, sobrang busy rin sa show business. Naku, nakaka-artista yung show business So sobrang busy na siya. So
May artista pala tayong guest today. I love it.
artista yung show business. So, I mean, ever since kasi, ewan ko, siguro that it was a habit that I developed na super appreciate the little things. Alam mo, as simple as taking a hot bath, sobrang thankful
Ay,
ako
pero
na,
today, hindi hot bath ang uso. Cold
Hot
bath
bath?
ngayon. Ang ginit-ginit eh. Diba?
ever since, lalo na syempre pag sa hotel, di ba? Pag sa hotel, lalo na, di ba? Kahit net maya ka mag-hot bath, di ba? Pero I mean, yun lang dati kasi, yung luxury of time to have a long hot bath, sobrang, thank you Lord, ang tagal ko sa banyo kasi lahat laging rush. So I think, sabi ko nga ganun, parang na-reset button yung mundo, na parang sabi ni Lord, teka muna, gaya ng sabi ni Jeff kanina, equal footing, lahat sabay-sabay kayo, walang makakalamang, stop muna tayong lahat, di ba? So that's when you discover and rediscover yourself. Number one, kailangan yourself muna eh. Kaya tama yung sabi mo kanina, di ba? How can you inspire others? How can you help others? If you yourself, you're not inspired, you can't help yourself. So it really begins with yourself eh. So I think that's what the pandemic, if there's anything good that this pandemic has brought us, is yun nga, finding ourselves again, di ba? Going back to our core. Who am I? What makes me happy? So from there, it gives you parang a blank canvas ulit of, okay, so ito yung gusto kong gawin ulit, di ba? Starting from scratch. Okay, so, dati pala, sobrang ganito. Pag ang bilis ko palang magalit, ganyan. Or, lagi pala ako nagmamadali kasi ganyan, hindi ko na ma-manage mabuti yung time ko, pinipilit kong gawin lahat sabay-sabay. So parang, from this experience, the things that you're grateful for, you would discover na ay ang dami pa palang grateful for ako, no? Yun lang
Ang
nga
dami
yung
kong hindi napapansin noon.
Yeah.
ang dami ko din napapansin, hindi talaga ang tagal-tagal ko may Netflix, monthly kong binabayaran, pero
Hindi
bihirang-bihira
mo
ako
ginagamit.
even on my phone, bihirang-bihira ako makanood kasi parang sobrang, I'm sure most people can relate. Parang feeling mo, di ba, before this pandemic, parang kulang yung time, parang kulang yung 24 hours in a day na to even watch a movie. I mean, you'd rather spend time with your friends, diba? After work, friends, chit-chat, ganyan. When you go home, gusto mo na lang matulog.
Matulog.
Yes, ito. So parang, kala mo, di ba, kala mo, laki ng bahay mo. Minsan, hindi kayo nakikita ng mga tao dun sa bahay kasi pagising mo, di ba, nakaalis na sila. So parang sabi ko, ganun, grabe, no? Parang yung 24 hours in a day, pwede ko naman pala siyang hati-hatiin in such a way na yung mga nagagawa mo ngayon, magagawa mo pa rin after this pandemic. So, little things, as in super little things. Yung as simple as makapagkape ka sa veranda na hindi mo nagagawa dati.
Yes! Ang social naman, nakakasosyal yun. Magkape ka sa veranda. I love it.
Diba? Actually, may veranda, kahit 2 square meter.
Correct. Uy, pero wag ka. Oh, sorry.
Okay. thank you, may veranda pala kami. Di ba? Pati
Yes.
yun. Ay, kailan ba ako tumambay sa veranda na to? Pero dahil bawal lumabas, sisilipin mo yung mga tao sa labas dahil ang taas ng gate, di ba? So, sisilip ka sa veranda. Ay, kailan ba ako huling napunta sa veranda na to? Diba? Parang kung hindi ba, kung na nagkakape ka, nagjujuice ka, di ba? Pati even
Yeah.
yung kapitbahay mo na ay, hello po. Kasi may time ka na mag-hi, hello. Dahil diba nagkikita na kayo. Pero dati, wala. Pagsakay mo ng kotse, dire-diretso, alis ka na. Little things. I mean, it's little things. It doesn't have to be grand na, okay,
May European vacation ako today. Ganyan.
kahit isip ko na ba, kailangan may food spa ko, may home service ako na mani-pedi, hindi mo kailangan yung mga ganon. I mean, just, the little thing lang talaga na ang haba ng oras kong maligo. Sobra akong happy. Sobra talagang happy kasi hindi ko yung nagagawa dati. As in talagang paspas lahat nung bago nangyari to. So, I think it would stem from that. The little things, the things that you didn't appreciate before that you appreciate now, it will build in you to have a grateful heart. Na there is so many, I'm sure, walang taong walang ipagpapasalamat. Meron at meron. And you just have to start and discover what that is. Then it becomes a habit.
Ganda.
Nakakatuwa, no? Kasi si Loy, talagang, yun nga, because he has this, yung talagang grateful siya to begin with. And ang daling makakita ng humugot ng inspiration. Little things like nakaka-step out ka ito sa veranda, di ba, na kahit maliit lang yung kanon, or I mean, you can sit down and siguro 30 minutes and enjoy mo yung kape, no? He's inspiration in that. He finds pleasure in that. So, ako ang tanong ko kanina, kasi may tanong ako for both you, Jeff, and Roy. Because it was, di ba, parang biglang stop last year, March. Tapos, we were, parang kind of lost for a few months. And then, slowly nag-lift na ng mga restrictions. And we were slowly getting back to, hindi pa naman malapit to what we were doing, but somehow we were doing the things that we used to do before. I mean, kahit maliliit. And then, hello 2021, bigla. Para tayong, di ba, deja vu, we're back to PCQ again. And sabi nga, well, I've been talking to some friends na sometimes you feel that it's even worse kasi unlike in 2020, nakapagtrabaho ka ng 2019 and somehow may paon ka pa, kahit konting pariya, meron ka pa sa bulsa. Okay, so and that allowed you to enjoy somehow, na tide over ka ng 2020. And just when you thought na nag-pick up ka na ulit and makakapag, like in my case, so makakapag ka na additional source of funds, diba? Not much, but enough to get you by the entire year. Ito na naman, na lockdown na naman tayo, at least in NCR and the 4 provinces. So, did that come as a shock? Nagulat ba kayo? Did you get upset? Did you get depressed with that? Because ako, I think for 2 days, parang akong parang akong tulala na parang, okay, so what now? I mean, and how are you dealing with the lockdown now? Because I have talked to other wedding suppliers, event suppliers, and some soon-to-weds na akala nila parang medyo okay na, they've started planning again, biglang ganito ulit. And weddings were canceled again. A lot of wedding suppliers don't have jobs now. Some I've talked to are actually depressed. So, yun, Loy, I can see that. I mean, happy ka pa rin, you still find joy, no, somehow. But yun, how are you dealing with things now? Because I think it's now more difficult for us business owners or mga freelance sa wedding industry or events industry in general. Sige, Jeff, siguro muna.
Ako, well, I'm very thankful na even during ECQ, like ECQ, GCQ, MECQ, whatever quarantine we had before, we were able to like the main brand, Jefferson Si, we were able to accommodate naman a handful of clients still. So parang um, there were still brides who were still planning weddings, even kahit intimate lang. So kahit papaano may konti. And then came January, parang ito na naman, parang siyang January 2020 na parang 2020 will be a great year for weddings. It's gonna be good. So 2021, parang ganun din kami with some of the designer friends that I'm talking to. Na parang, uy, parang okay na yung mga bookings, no? Parang clients are coming back, brides are planning again. Um, and then tama nga, biglaan nga, parang it came as a surprise this end of March na parang nag-bubble and then ECQ and then and parang ako I'm trying to get by like a day at a time, um, na parang if this carries on, how are we gonna pivot again? Syempre, we are also thinking of that. But surprisingly, I was actually telling Ate Ron na parang surprisingly, this Holy Week and also during this ECQ, there were still a handful of brides who are planning their weddings. Na parang hindi naman siya, unlike before, like ECQ April last year, talagang stop lahat eh. Parang the uncertainties are really, it's really high, no? Parang this year, what we notice is that um, couples have come to realize na parang at certain point we have to move on. Parang before they were trying to delay the wedding because they were planning a bigger wedding. Parang they want 150 guests, 200 guests. I have brides who wanted 1,000 guests. And they were really delaying the wedding kasi it's really impossible to host that much during this time. Kahit magpa-test ka pa ng lahat ng guests,
Yes.
it's really difficult. But what we notice now is that a lot of brides, a lot of couples have accepted na if we can host 50 guests, 30, some even 20, grateful na sila na they could have that wedding. And so yon, we're still hopeful that sana this ECQ will not drag any longer, and the situation becomes better and we could get back to at least how 2021 opened.
Ikaw, Mama Loy, ano ang mga nagtanong sa'yo ngayon na ECQ ulit tayo, medyo hindi maganda ang mga balita. How are you
Diba?
handling it? Oo.
I think if there's anything na sure tayo, Ma'am Sharon, and if this would give us wedding industry people a glimmer of hope, is that may magpapakasal at may magpapakasal. No matter what the situation is, meron magpapakasal at may magpapakasal. Yung nga lang, unlike before na di ba, na parang ang laki ng pie na pagsasaluhan ng lahat ng mga wedding suppliers, ngayon lumiit na siya. So parang naisip ko tuloy kanina while Jeff was talking, parang yung concept mo, di ba, when you have money, you don't put your eggs in one basket. Parang ganun din siguro ngayon ng dapat maging mentalidad natin, na we cannot bank on just one chicken to produce eggs, di ba? So if gaya nga nung nasabi natin kanina, if there's anything that this pandemic has done to us, is to discover and rediscover ourselves. So wala talaga tayong choice eh. Hindi tayo pwedeng umasa kung ano yung andyan lang. We have to create the opportunities. So if there's, di ba, minsan ang nakakapigil lang din sa atin to flourish is yung sarili natin. Parang yung pride natin na ayaw kong gawin yan kasi hindi ko may ginagawa. Ay, baka ano yung sabihin nila na ginagawa ko na to, ganyan. So, no, Quebec, di ba? Kasi parang, hello, buong mundo. Walang hindi apektado.
Kebs na kebs.
Oo, kebs na talaga. Kebs na sa pride. Kasi, may sabihin pride mo. Kasi you should take pride that you are doing something to help yourself and help other people. Diba? No matter what that is. I remember nga yung teacher ng niece ko, nagsisend siya ngayon ng mga baka if you need parang mga murals or mga painting, mga portraits, ngayon I also do that po ganyan. So parang 'di ba, parang kung hindi niya ma-market yung sarili niya, how would the the parents of the students know na ay gumagawa pala siya o biglang naisip mo na ay kailangan ko ng may isang wall ako na gusto kong pang-mural o di naka-create ka pa ng job for her, 'di ba? Pero yun nga, I think let's put our guards down. Kumbaga parang huwag mo isipin yung sarili mo. Ngayon, gaya ng sabi ko, you should have more eggs, ba? If one chicken is not producing you enough, 'di ba? You should find more chickens, 'di ba? Mag-alaga ka pa ng more chickens para kahit na isa lang yung binibigay nila pag 'di ba? Parang concept ng mga Chinese, 'di ba? Kahit liit kita, basta dami, 'di ba? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you should find something to do, no? Number one, to help you, yourself, your family. Don't take pride in whatever ano man yan, magluto, mag-deliver. Di ba? Especially in ECQ, I was so proud. There are lots of mga wedding suppliers na nag-grab delivery na ganyan. Kasi, sure na naman, sayang yung sasakyan mo. Ilang buwan mong itetenga dun sa garahe, di ba? Make use of it. And then, you're earning from it, di ba? And at the same time, you're helping other people. You're transporting them from one place to another. Their goods, di ba? So, yung ganun dapat yung maging mindset natin na hindi nakakahiya. Take pride in every little thing that you do. Na be it as simple as baka creating a song for someone, di ba? I mean, yung mga maliit na bagay mo, ay, pwede wala magkakitaan. But parang ako, sabi ko, gano'n, pinagkakitaan ko yung nag-email ka lang, nagsasagot ka lang sa chat. Kumikita ka na pala ng yung $5 to $10 for that nung yun na-discover ko sa world ng VA. And ang nakakatawa sa kanila, lalo na yung mga long time na sa virtual assistance industry, they're earning 6 digits every month. Na nandun lang sila sa confines ng home nila. Na parang, wow, kumikita ka ng more than $100,000 na nandun ka lang sa bahay mo. Na wala kang gastos, di ba? Kasi hindi ka lumalabas, hindi ka nagbibihis, di ba? Wala. Nag-online shopping ka lang ng mga kailangan mo sa bahay. Pero sagot-sagot ka lang ng email, sagot-sagot ka lang ng chat, di ba? So, yung mga ganun na mga bagay, kung hindi nangyari to, parang hindi natin lahat mag-discover yan eh. And hindi nawawalan ng trabaho. Ang maganda doon, ang na-realize ko, things may be bad here in our country, pero in other countries, normal na sila. So they need help. So that's the beauty of yung virtual assistance industry. Kasi whatever skill you have, meron at merong tao from another part of the world who would need skill. Yeah, who would need if you're a good writer, even if you have a good voice, if you speak well, even if you don't speak well, pero magaling kang mag-draft, magaling kang mag-drawing, o ang daming may kailangan pala niyan abroad, di ba? So, hindi mawawalan yung pagkakakitaan hanggat merong parte ng mundo na mangangailangan ng serbisyo mo. And I think, I think for us people in the wedding industry na nasa service industry tayo, kumbaga, hindi alien sa atin yung konsepto ng serving other people.
Yes.
So, I think we should bank on that. Now, what other services, aside from the things that I've been doing for other people, could I do for other people? And i-broaden natin ngayon, hindi lang here in the Philippines, hindi lang here in Manila, hindi lang here in my province, abroad pala, di ba? So, parang din po pag-YouTube. I mean, YouTube is not for everyone. Pero you'd be surprised na, a young lady from the province has like 2 point something million subscribers and is earning like 1 million pesos every month because of just doing makeup sa kwarto niya. Si Leticia, she's from the province, pero she has so many subscribers na nagdudula siya ng makeup kasi nga nakakapag-makeup transformation siya. So, akala ko dati si Paolo Ballesteros lang yung may power na gano'n, pero meron pa pala from, ay, galing, meron pa palang gano'n. So, kung hindi, wag mo rin isipin na hindi ka na sa music, hindi ako magaling magsalita, hindi ka na, kasi in YouTube, people will love you for who you are.
Who you are, yes.
Yes. Hindi mo mapepeke yun eh. Hindi ka makakagawa ng content na 10 to 15 contents every month na fake ka. Kasi doon ka rin magkakaroon ng following eh. Ay, ito, luka-luka to. Ay, ito, kita mo to.
Ipakita mo yung ano mo.
Yeah.
Ipakita mo yung krong-krong mo.
No, the krong-krong you are, the more chances of winning.
Everybody's krong-krong
Yeah.
now. And the whole world is krong-krong. And just show it. It's okay.
And don't be frustrated. Again, I mean, ako nanggaling din ako dun eh. Pero, alam mo, looking back, Ma'am Sharon, saka Ron and Jeff, sabi ko nga, grabe no, parang a few months back, sobrang akong happy. Nagpaparaffle ako dahil magpa 5,000 subscribers na ako. Sabi ko, at that time, sobrang happy na ako na 1,000 to 5,000 subscribers. And now I'm nearing 100,000. Parang sabi ko, oh, thank you, Lord, no? Parang ang dami ko palang nabudol. Ako nabudol. ang dami palang natutuwa dun sa mga bagay na parang feeling mo, ang simple.
Oo.
Ang simple ba ako? Na parang, as simple as, di ba? As simple as creating a song or drawing something, kailangan pala ito ng isang tao somewhere in the world na babayaran ako ng bilyar, di ba? So, wag, kumbaga parang balik ako dun sa chicken, wag mo munang bilangin yung itlog. Di ba? Alaga ka muna, gawa muna, laba muna na laba. Don't think na...
Doon pala yun. Doon pala na name nung YouTube channel mo. Laba lang ng laba.
Na-coin ko siya kasi syempre dati, di ba, tinawag ko yung work as labada kasi parang feeling ko, there's no other chores in the house na mas difficult sa paglalaba. So parang you just keep on working, just keep on doing the things that you like to do, that you have to do, di ba? Na kahit anong pwedeng pagkakaabalahan. Wag nga muna pagkakakitaan eh. Kahit ano muna pagkakaabalahan that you find joy in doing. Tapos discover mo na lang na, ay, pwede ba na ito pagkakitaan? Di ba? So, di ba? Hindi lang two birds with one stone. Marami-raming bird ka na may hit pag ginawa mo yun. Kasi, napapasaya mo yung sarili mo, kumikita ka, nakakatulong ka pa sa iba, di ba? So, find things that you like to
I'm
do.
so inspired by the stories today of Loi and Jeff.
And Jeff, natutuwa ako sa examples mo, Loi, ha? Parang relate ako sa chicken at egg na yan. I-share ko lang, although hindi naman kwento ko. Hindi ako, chicken. Well, some of my friends do that, pero first time ko siya sasabihin live, no? I sell eggs. When the pandemic started, I started selling eggs. Yan, why? Because hindi makalabas. And then, yung helper, napapagot kay helper kasi yun ang routine niya. So sabi ko, sige, bata tayong itlog. And then yung daughter ko kasi na time, bake. Lumalaki yung expense ko sa itlog. Sabi ko, beta tayo ng itlog, para may kasabay tayo mag-order, libre man lang yung itlog na ginagamit sa pagbe-bake, diba? Tsaka yung delivery ko nung magdadala. So, and then, hanggang ngayon, parang nung lumuwag na, parang sabi ko, ayoko na. Kasi we were selling in the village. But weekly, meron kami regular orders. And they would just PM me na, dalawang tray ako, ganyan. So, nakakatuwa kasi kung isipin ko, it's not much, pero, yung kliyenta namin buong linggo, sagot na nung
Yes.
So, mga itlog na kliyenta, diba? So, yun. And then, tapos kaya ako natutuwa kasi yung second example mo ng laba, yan, medyo maano rin yan. May ano rin sa akin na significant sa paglalaba. I don't know why it does that for me, but when I am not okay, you will find me in the laundry area. There's something about washing the clothes. Now, I have to do that to clear my head. Yun. So, kung tinatanong ako na, anong ginagawa mo pagka may problema ka, may marami kang iniisip, or siyempre, kadasa ko naglalaba ako. And, I feel, tapos ko na lahat ng labahan, lahat ng pwede kong labahan sa bahay, I really feel lighter and cleaner. I feel literally a load off my back. Yan, ganyan. So, lang, kasi binensya mo yung manok, itlog, at laban
Ayun
ng
lang ba?
laban. Oo,
Yun,
yan naman yung...
importante din yun, Ma'am Sharon eh. Dati ko pa yan, dati ko pa yan natutunan. I think kay Bo Sanchez kaya tayo natutunan na kailangan meron tayong comfort zone sa home natin. Yung one area that relaxes you, 'di ba? That clears your mind, 'yun. So I think kung wala pa kayo noon, kung hindi pa nahanap sa house niyo kung ano yung comfort zone niyo. I think after nitong video na to, hanapin niyo na agad.
Yun ang
Na, oh,
hahanap nyo.
Yes.
para kung ano yung place sa house niyo na nakaka-happy joy sa'yo.
Yes.
Ako alam ko na yun. It's the laundry area. Kaya you could just imagine ilan ang nilaban ko nung prepare na ECQ ulit ng NCR.
Ma'am Sharon, pwede magtayo ng laundry shop. Diba?
Pwede ka na po. No, I think the first thing you need to do is guess in Mama Loi's vlog na totoo talaga yung laba lang ng
Ang
laba.
laban ng laban.
Oh, totoo.
And that,
Yun, diba?
may ang theory ko dyan, kasi pag naglilinis ka, pati yung kaluluwa mo nalilinis. Alam mo yon? Yung parang, pati yung pagkatao ko, pag nagva-vacuum ako, parang pati yung kaluluwa ko nahihigop ng vacuum. Okay yung pananaw ko, okay yung iniisip ko. But thank you so much, Mama Loi and Jeff, for joining us this morning. You know, we really thought of
ang daming
insight na would bring
insight.
and would really bring joy to our viewers. Siyempre, yun nga, we all know that right now, at least if you are in the NCR Plus, we are in ECQ. And any bit of uplifting content or just positive vibes is something that we all need. So thank you for bringing that to us this morning. And really just sharing yung heart nyo na, being grateful, being productive. And, what I really also picked up is the heart to serve and help other people. Na, yes, we are hard, we are hit hard, but that doesn't limit us from extending our hand. Kasi there might be something that we have that is so helpful and, parang life-altering na to somebody else. Hindi ibig sabihin na kulang tayo or sakto lang tayo. Hindi tayo pwedeng magbigay at tumulong. Thank you, Mama Loi. Jeff.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. But before we let you go, syempre, di ba, sa totoong buhay, may mga, we'd like you to promote, ikaw, Jeff,
Yes.
I wanna get in touch with you, Mama Loi, yan, unahin si Jeff. How can people get in touch with you if they'd like your services? Sabi mo nga, right now, kahit na ECQ, ang Metro Manila, NCR Plus, there are brides who are continuously planning. So how can they get in touch with you, Jeff?
Yeah. So kami, we're very thankful na our service is not on the day. We don't have to be there in person. So we are still able to accommodate brides who are abroad or like who are in the provinces that are open for weddings and celebration. So you guys can visit our website, jeffersonsi.com. Follow us on IG. It's at @JeffersonC_designs. We also have a second page for our ready-to-wear, so that's created by Jefferson Si. And then for our food business naman, you can visit at Charlie's Favorites. So yeah, those are all the pages that we have. And then you feel free to message us your inquiries and whatnot. And I'm usually the one personally answering to all of those inquiries.
Yeah. Mama Loi, ikaw naman.
Yes.
Ibilang mo sila.
Yes, na-miss ko na ang weddings, pero kasi yun nga, kami naman yung on the day. So, if you need an event organizer, a wedding planner, or a host, so nandito po si Mama Loi. I'm very much willing to be a part of your wedding day. And at the same time, gusto ko na rin pong i-promote, of course, yung aking pong YouTube channel. So, gaya nga sinabi ko kanina, di ba, hindi ka naman nalilimit sa isang manok. So, hindi na siya isa ngayon, 3 na siya. So, so Mama Loy, of course, yung personal channel ko po, that's Mama Loy on YouTube. Tapos ano po, naka-co-host po ako kay Nay Oji Diaz. We have a show. We have two shows rather on two channels on YouTube right now. That's Oji Diaz Showbiz Update for all your showbiz chica and good vibes need. And of course, yung isa, we came up with another channel, yung personala na to. It's a channel that we give naman advices in a fun way. So like kung kailangan niyo lang ng kausap, meron na kayong problema na gusto niyo lang ng iba pang perspective, no? Kung baka mayroon pa ibang paraan para masolusyonan 'tong problema na 'to. Tune in lang po kayo doon. That's OG Diaz personalan na 'to. That's our latest channel. So para po maging masaya kayo, matulog kayo lagi araw-araw na nakangiti.
Are you on Instagram? Can they follow you?
Yes, on Instagram, I'm also on Instagram, Loi Villarama. Twitter, Loi Villarama din po or Mama Loi. And may TikTok at saka Laika account din po ako. Talagang
Ayan
di man
yan.
natin
Oh my gosh, TikTok.
yung
Yes.
diba?
Talagang ang dami yung basket. Hindi lang check basket.
Ay, oo, basket din yan, Laika. Ma'am Sharon, salamat, Laika. Diba?
Yeah. So thank you so much. Napaka ano, napagaan yung pakiramdam ko this morning. Thank you so much for sharing your pandemic journey,
Bye.
and we hope yung mga nanonood na-inspire kayo kahit papaano. Diba? Then itong session natin ngayong umaga. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Roy and Jeff.
Ma'am
Alright,
Sharon, thank you so
Bye.
much. Luzon.
before we say goodbye, Rona, pwede ba ako naman mag-vlog?
Yes.
Oo.
I will.
Yeah. Hindi lang po ako nagtitinda ng itlog at naglalaba. Meron din po kami business. Ang pangalan po is Themes and Motifs. And right now, alam po natin bawal ang mass gathering, especially we are on ECQ here at the NCR. But Wedding Expo Philippines Blended Bridal Fair is still ongoing. The online component, the bridal marketplace, is still happening. Originally, it's until April 20. Pero yun nga po, no, as part of our advocacy to help the industry and also the wedding suppliers, especially po yung mga nagtiwala sa amin, we are extending the online bridal marketplace until end of April. So for those of you who are planning, sabi nga ni Jeff, may mga nagpa-plan pa rin ng wedding. This is the best time to plan. You're stuck at home, wala kang magawa. Naubos mo na lahat ng Netflix na must watch. This is the time that you can catch up on your wedding planning. Until end of the month, there are great deals in the bridal marketplace, and you enjoy as much as 50% off from different wedding suppliers. Just go to www.themesandmotives.com. Tapos, originally, this is dapat Rona, no, may on-ground tayo. It's supposed to happen this weekend and next weekend. But as we all know, we are still under ECQ and hindi pa rin po ang allowed ang event. That is why yung on-ground events natin that will happen in City of Dreams, Manila, and Ayala Malls, Manila Bay, we will be announcing the new dates as soon as we get yung go signal from the authorities. Yun. Right now, ang importante is that we are all safe, no? Kung pwedeng stay at home lang, kung hindi essential. Kasi Ronald, di ba, we also see the figures. As much as sana wag na natin siya makita, there is really a surge in the number of cases. And every day I'm just saying na sana lahat yun mild lang na cases. So this is the best time to stay home and do your planning at home. But as soon as we get the go signal to do the on-ground events, we will be posting it. So please do check our website, www.teamsandmotives.com regularly, or our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Teams and Motives, A and D naman sa ating social media sites. Yun. So, yun naman ang aking pagpapla. Maraming salamat to Loi and Jeff. I've been
Yes.
inspired. Kailangan ko na maraming baskets, Ron. Ikaw ba, buhay pa ba ako? Easter egg hunt ka. Marami ko ng basket.
Oo, correct. I will look around for new baskets also because I'm inspired by Loi and Jeff. And again, don't forget get to visit themesandmotifs.com because the blended bridal fair is still ongoing. And if you'd like more ideas on weddings during this time, as Jeff mentioned, it's still going on. Yes, even during ECQ, a lot of brides are still getting married, and we have so much content and so much articles on brides who have gotten married actually during the ECQ last year. So please do visit inspirations.ph for more ideas on how you can do your wedding. Thank you so much for joining us this Saturday. This is Rona. And of course, with Miss Sharon, we'd like to say stay safe. Don't forget, apat dapat. Stay home. And we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.